Hello, my name is James Kennedy, and I'll be talking about use case diagrams. Let's share my screen. Okay, here we have a very simple, very simple use case diagram. Now, let's get into what a use case diagram is before I explain this. A use case diagram is a very high-level diagram which attempts to capture a user experience in like a graphical format, which can then be used to generate more detailed graphs and that sort of thing. So in essence, it's supposed to show the various use cases within the application, but also to demonstrate exactly in what use case would this application be used and how it would function, again, at a very high level. Okay. Yeah. So in other words, basically, it's supposed to summarize the relationships of the various aspects of a program, the relationships between actors and systems specifically. Actors are denoted by stick figures. And here in this particular diagram, we have two. We have a user and we have a database. Now, a database is not sentient, but it is an actor in that it has its own internal logic and behavior that governs it. And so here in this particular use case diagram, we have a user which is able to use the sort application, denoted by the big blue box, to do a couple of things, such as view swords in a database, add a sword to a database, search for a sword in a database. And it does this by interacting with a database. The database interacts with itself and also authenticates the input of the user. Well, it more so it authenticates a user than it authenticates input, so I should probably change that. But it is able to choose who to accept connections from. Therefore, only an authenticated user can do these things successfully. So that's basically it for a use case diagram. Again, it's a very high level, very I wouldn't say basic, but a very it's interesting because it is very specific in how non-specific it is. For instance, this particular use case diagram will not show, for instance, the flow of or the sequence of the application or individual classes or anything like that. That's not its job. It's like asking the transmission of a car to be the engine for a minute. Like this is not what it's designed for. It's designed to give for instance, corporate. One of the things that it can be used for is to demonstrate from a software developer's perspective to someone who is not necessarily a software developer, such as an executive or a manager, exactly what in the heck is going on, what will the user be able to do, and this valuable information can be then related to other non-technical teams. So again, this has been my video on use case diagrams. I hope that I achieve a basic understanding as a result of it. And again, I understand that this use case diagram is extremely simple. It's based on my sword application from my Hibernate demo. So it's not a particularly complicated program with very limited functionality. Therefore, the use case diagram is very limited in its functionality and is not particularly large per se. And that's it.